Okay, today we're going to talk about what happens with parallel lines when they are intersected by something that we call a transversal. And a transversal is a line that intersects any other two lines at different points. So this line right here, right, is a transversal to these two lines. It's cutting through these two lines at this point and this point. So everything that we're going to talk about today is what happens when you have parallel lines and then a transversal goes through them. So let's look at this slide first. So it says corresponding angles lie in the same side of the transversal and in corresponding, and then I put in parentheses, matching positions, because matching is an easier word for me sometimes, or for y'all too, than corresponding. Sorry, I'm looking for a different color to do these. Okay, so let's look at what are corresponding. So angle 1, okay, first of all, let's identify our parallel lines. So our parallel lines are this line right here and this line right here. These lines are parallel, right? They're never ever going to intersect. And then we have this transversal that goes zhunk and like cuts right through them. And what it does is it's created these two sets of corresponding angles. So if you look at angle 1, it's a perfect match for angle 5, right? It's like twin angles. And then angle 2 is a perfect match for angle 6, right? If you were to like put this set of 4 on top of this set of 4, 6 and 2 would match up. Angle 8 is a perfect match for angle 3. And then angle 7 is a match with angle 4. So that's what's listed out down here. 5 and 1, 6 and 2, 8 and 3, 7 and 4. So those are called corresponding angles. And then we have what are called alternate interior angles. And alternate interior angles lie within a pair of lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. So let me go ahead and highlight. Remember, these are our parallel lines that our transversal comes through and cuts them. And so alternate interior would be like 3 and 2. Do y'all see how they're on opposite sides of the transversal? And 1 and 4. So those are our two pairs of alternate interior angles. So on the bottom, it says, use the diagram below to identify a pair of corresponding angles. So write down a pair that you think are corresponding, and then I'll give you all the possibilities, and you can see if yours is on there. Okay, so the pairs are angle 1 and angle 3, angle 2 and angle 4, angle 8 and angle 6, and then angle 7 and angle 5. It only asks you to name one pair. I named all 4. That way you can check to see if yours is on there. The order does not matter. If you wrote 5 and 7, that's the exact same thing as 7 and 5. Okay, so do the same thing for alternate interior, and then you can check. Alternate interior would be like saying angle 2 and angle 7, or you could have said angle 6 and angle 3. Okay, so then let's look over here. It says identify each pair as corresponding alternate interior or neither. So angle 3 and angle 6, what are they? Are they corresponding? If I were to take these 4 and like plop them on top, are they in the same position? No, so they're not alternate interior, or not corresponding. Are they alternate interior? Yes, they are on opposite sides of the transversal inside the two parallel lines. So alternate interior. Okay, now we have angle 5 and angle 7. What are they? They are corresponding. If I were to take these 4 angles and put them on top of these 4 angles, 5 and 7 would be in the same position. And then what about 1 and 8? Are they corresponding? Nope. Are they alternate interior? Nope. So they are neither. Okay, they're actually alternate exterior, but we don't cover that this year. So if it asks you, is it this, this, or this? It's neither. Okay, so let's talk about when a transversal intersects two parallel lines. Corresponding angles are congruent and alternate interior angles are congruent. So, for example, if I told you that this one was 100 degrees, then you would say, oh, well, right here, this has to be 100 degrees because these two angles are corresponding. Well, then, if this is 100, this one has to be 100 because they are alternate interior, right? And then you could also say, well, then if this is 100, this is 100 because these two are corresponding. And it makes sense because these two are vertical, which means they are congruent. And then, well, this would have to be 80, right? This part right here to make 180. So therefore, this is 80, this is 80, and this is 80. So it's just a big puzzle. So look at this one on the right. It says in the diagram below, R is parallel to S. So these two lines are parallel. And the measure of angle 1 is 63 degrees. So it asks you to find the measure of angle 2 and angle 3. So what would angle 2 be? It's 63 degrees because these two are alternate interior and alternate interior angles are congruent. And then what about angle 3? 63 degrees because 2 and 3 are vertical, which means they're the same, or you could say that angle 1 and 3, they're corresponding, so they have to be the same. In the middle, in the diagram below, R is parallel to S, and the measure of angle 4 is 117 degrees. So what does 5 have to be? 117, because they are alternate interior. Okay, so let's throw some algebra in there. Okay, it was too easy. So if this angle is 100 and this angle is x plus 8, what do we know about these two? We know that they are alternate interior and therefore the same. So the 100-degree angle is equal to the x plus 8 angle. So then if I subtract 8 from both sides, I get 92 equals x. Okay, so that's what that value would be. And then down here, let's look at these two together. So this kind of is like what we did yesterday. If I put these two angles together, it makes 180 degrees. So 2x minus 8 plus the 62-degree angle is 180. So I combine my like terms, and I get 2x, and then, what is that, 54 plus 54 is 180. I can do 180 minus 54 is 126. So therefore, x would be 63 degrees. And then on this last one, I have 110 and this one. So are they alternate interior? No. But I know that if this one is 110, whatever this angle is would have to be 70 degrees because when I put them together, they're supplementary, they make 180. Well, if this one is 70, this angle is 70. Well, if this is 70, these two are vertical, so 3x plus 4 has to equal 70. So 3x would equal 66, so x would equal 22.